Alright, so here we have a good example of an opportunity to use the offensive half rotation to keep our speed and our flow so that we can maintain offensive pressure without giving up the ball. So let's go ahead and take a look at this play as it develops. So we already have our triangle starting to form. We have Angelo over here on the left taking the ball. Knick-Knack is cutting across the field up ahead, and Sway is rotating around behind to be the back man. So let's watch this play develop. Alright, so they've moved up. Knick-Knack is already moving across because he sees that it's not going to be, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to come across because he's just boomed it. And now they've hit it back. So Knick-Knack is already on his way out of a play here. It is going a little bit wide, but I don't want to nitpick on that too very much. So Sway is now in this spot where he has backup and he's this. So essentially he's become the two-man because Nick is already leaving because he sees that this isn't going to be coming across. So since you already have backup, you're free to go ahead and do this offensive half rotation. So what you want to do here, if you're Sway, is you can just follow this boost path right along here, and you make a moving target to be able to shoot from the same side. If it doesn't work out, you have Nick coming in right here, and you can just follow this boost path right back around here. And Nick still has the speed and the space to be able to make a good attempt on this if things go poorly here from Ainge, based on where he is in his trajectory. So since Ainge doesn't have anyone across to pass to, you need to fill this lane and um, allow this flow and this offensive pressure to continue. Instead, let's take a look at what we see. It taps up and Sway pushes to the same side. So now at this point, Knick-Knack is in a position to where he can play defense here. But now Sway is rotating back on the ball side instead of cutting through here where he could have had a pass and going out this way to have Nick's back. If he had taken this route here, then Nick would be free to challenge this, go for the ball, and know that he has help coming in the back. Now Nick is in a position where he has to play this and his help's coming from here, so that if Casey just taps this back over behind Nick and Sway, we're in a lot of trouble moving from offense into defense here. Which is what he tries to do. He doesn't get the best touch, but you see if he had gotten this touch and hit it out right here, instead of Saz having to cut in here, he could have just come straight down this line, and we could have very easily been in, and they could have had a scoring opportunity, I should say. Alright, so another place that we've been struggling in as a team is our defense to offensive transitions. It sort of makes sense that we'd be struggling with both of these things because they're essentially the same thing, just while transitioning from defense to offense, it's expanded across the entire field instead of being isolated on the offensive half. So let's take a look at how we transition out of defense here. Okay, so we have Ainge has gotten the touch and taken the pop to put it back onto their side. Sway here is moving up to have the assist, and Nick is in the far back to have the defense. So as this progresses, we have this stall out. So this is what I keep saying is we end up wanting to go wide here as the second man and then stopping right here. And then that leaves this third man in a difficult position. Now he either has to hit the brakes while you're hitting the brakes, and now we have no momentum back here, or he pushes up to try to fill this spot out here, and then we have a big lane where they can just boom it straight down on offense, and a simple tap out to Spoopy could be deadly if Nick pushes this really hard. However, if he sits still, it's also very difficult. This is going to be just like that offensive half rotation. How you realize you're the second man up, you have a man behind you, you can push out and across the field. If it doesn't work out, you're in a position to loop back, and then again, Nick is in a position to have the defense. But as soon as we make this stop right here, we have to make this stop right here, and all of our flow, all of our speed is just completely erased instantaneously, and then they will, by default, use their speed and their touches to turn this back on us. So let's look at how this play finishes out. So now Sway can't give a touch, he loops back on the ball side. Nick can't cut through because Sway's underneath, and now they have full control and possession coming back on offense. So let's make sure that we're not getting caught up in this 2 spot over here, and we need to be pushing across the field. I think the biggest aspect, no matter where we are on the field, is being aware of when that man is behind you and when that man is across the field, and adjusting accordingly.